Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back to Hanging with Mangg. Playing some more Paladins, just because I've played basically just Paladins this week. That's it. Yeah. Kind of a rough week. On like Monday, started having very painful toothache. Basically, doing any sort of chewing, it was just like, just pain, just pain. So, fortunately, I was able to get a dentist appointment for Thursday, which is pretty impressive because my parents both recently scheduled a cleaning appointment at the same dentistry, and they couldn't get in till February. So, they definitely made toothache a much higher priority. So that was good.
Yeah, let's get this win.
Yeah, so I went in on Thursday then. It was a rough few days with that toothache. Because it just wouldn't go away. It just wouldn't go away, and it was just pain. But then I went in Thursday, sat in the chair. They did this quick examination, and the hygienist starts like hammering against the tooth a little bit, and I'm like wincing, and she's like, that's not a good sign. It's like, well, thank you. That's why I'm here.
Then hit him with the ice.
Take some x-rays. The dentist comes in, looks at the x-rays for like 10 seconds. He's like, all right. Got a couple options. She's like, if you want to save the tooth, we can do this and do this and do this and maybe do this, and it's gonna cost you like $2,800. Be 3 big visits you'll have to come in for, root canal and pins, and then she's like, and even then, you probably still are gonna lose the tooth after a few years or something like that. Otherwise, we can just yank it out.
Get back to dancing. Great heels.
And, so yeah.
Great kill. Freeze. Glad there's a spot.
I didn't really want to pay $2,800, and I didn't really want to come in for 3 more visits. Because you know, with the 3 visits, I don't know. It from the sound of it, then like my sort of tooth and chewing issue wouldn't be. My mouth would not be in normal condition for who knows how, weeks and months, or who knows what. Be on liquid diet or something for a month. And then to go through all that and then just have to yank the tooth anyways in a few years. just fuck it. So I was like, yeah, let's just yank it. And they were like, okay, are you gonna want to do that today? And I'm like, I got nothing going on. And otherwise, you know, I'll just go home and have to wait another week.
Enemies on the right side.
Jesus, man. Brown just fucks that thing up.
Inferno cannon. Great kill.
So yeah, they just pumped some chemicals into my gums. And then they just started pulling. And I can tell you, that's a very odd feeling. One I'd rather not go through again. Didn't hurt. I mean, there was no pain per se.
Nice job.
But just this feeling of this pressure in your mouth as you are aware of someone yanking a tooth out of your jaw. I mean, it's very weird.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
And it's insane to think, like, they used to do that shit without, like, any sort of anesthetic or anything. They're just like, here, drink some bourbon and we're gonna do this. And just one motion, just yank, you know. I mean, she was very precise about it, and she was very good. Like, originally they're like, it's gonna cost you like 500. Because it's a surgical procedure, they were gonna have to put in stitches and stuff. That was their original plan. But they got it out she got it out so cleanly, so perfectly, that I didn't even need stitches. So it's just like this gaping hole, and they're like, all right, shove some gauze in there and you're good. Yeah, so that was a kind of a rough day, though. It's getting better. I'm pretty much back to normal, or close to it now. Before they did... Fuck me. Before they did it, I was like, so what is the, what's the recovery process like?
There is no escape. On guard.
Thankfully, this isn't hardcore mode.
And she's like, well, what is your job?
Great heals.
And I'm like, okay, I make YouTube videos. And she said, okay, well, you won't be able to really talk for 2 to 3 days. And so I was like, oh shit. Because this is Thursday. I do my recording for Exploring Series on Friday. I was like, oh shit. I'm gonna have to really rearrange my schedule.
Yeah, we're not gonna take a look at the death counter.
As it turns out, that was sort of an exaggeration. I could pretty much talk normally on the next day. Fuck me, I don't know what to do about that. But it worked out because that day, Thursday, I made a post on Patreon saying, like, oh, I got a tooth pulled, affecting my ability to speak. This motherfucker. And so I said, like, okay, I don't think it'll affect Monday's release. Yeah, the video will get done by Monday. But I don't know if I'll get it to Patreon before, like, Sunday. Thanks, Ami. So as it turns out, I could have, you know, probably just done it on Friday and all that. But it worked out because the video for this week is a big boy. And I didn't really work at all on Thursday. So thankfully, I was able to use this extra time to work on the video. So I actually finished the script for it last night. So after I do this hanging with Mangg, I have to go and actually put together the whole video and record it. So it worked out, giving myself that extra time, which I am allowed to do. But yeah, so she yanked out the tooth, shoved some gauze in there, and then she showed me the tooth. I didn't ask to be shown the tooth, but, you know, I guess. And so she yanks it out, shows it to me, and it looked pretty fucking gnarly. It's not a healthy looking tooth. Yeah, this is not bugged at all. This is perfect. Fucking, I love this character. This is my favorite character in this game, and it's the buggiest character in the fucking game. It's so annoying.
Thanks, healer.
Dental work is no fun. No, it is not. It is not. Take care of your teeth, kid. Yeah, I'm feeling alright. I mean, there really hasn't been much pain throughout the whole process. Kind of surprised. You'd think, like, yanking a tooth out like that would be just a very painful experience, but no. Alternate take on Meccan was amazing, and I did it justice. So thank you. Yeah, part 2 is a banger. Be prepared. It's pretty wild. I think a lot of people are going to sort of see the end result coming, but the journey to get there is very entertaining.
Thanks, healer.
So yeah, she showed me a tooth. Looks pretty nasty.
30 seconds remaining.
And then she asked me if I want to keep it to show my YouTube audience.
15 seconds remaining.
And you know, I can't speak at this point.
9,
My mouth is full of blood.
7,
So I'm just
5,
shake my head.
3,
Thankfully, this isn't hardcore mode.
Um,
enemy killing spree.
I don't think anyone's really interested in such a thing, and I don't need to prove that I actually had a tooth removed. So
Killing spree.
Lives, there's respawn.
and then after they explained the whole like recovery process and what I should do and all that.
Yeah, we're not gonna take a look at that.
And then the hygienist is like, the real question is, are you sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends? He actually fucking said that. An abscess tooth. They didn't really even explain what it was. Of like why it was so fucked up, but it was just heavily cavitied, and there's a like an impacted wisdom tooth behind it, jutting into it and stuff, and
1.
it was just not in great condition. So yeah, they removed it, and hopefully the wisdom tooth comes in sort of straight, so I can just have that there.
Double kill.
Motherfuck.
Death counter. Toss me a heel. Thankfully, this isn't hardcore mode. Have you met my friend?
So, yeah, she asked me if I was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, and again, I couldn't talk at this point, so all I could do was just smile a bunch and shake my head. That shield. And then she's like, yeah, it seems like everyone is sponsored
Yeah, we're not.
by Raid Shadow Legends or Hunt a Killer, and that surprised me. I am not aware that Hunt a Killer sponsors a bunch of people, and that's sort of, it was like, why the fuck have I never gotten an offer from Hunt a Killer? That seems like I've gotten loads of offers from Raid Shadow Legends, never from Hunt a Killer, and it makes way more sense. You know, like murder, mystery, horror kind of stuff. I mean, I'm even a fan. I've played the Blair Witch stuff on this channel. I like Hunt. If they offered, I probably would have gone for it. So I was surprised to hear her say that. I didn't even know that they did a lot of sponsorships. But yeah, that was pretty funny. They didn't ask me what my channel was, which was pretty surprising. I mean, maybe they would have afterwards, but then I couldn't speak, so. So yeah, all in all, you know, for having a tooth removed, it was probably the best possible experience I could have had. But, don't really recommend it. Yeah, the mouth's doing okay. It's still a little swollen, but, should be pretty much back to normal in a couple days. Alright, so anyways, enough dental talk. So yeah, part 1 of A Money ROM was released last Monday on the Exploring series. Part 2 will be coming out tomorrow. And it should hit Patreon in about 4 hours or so. Once I finish it. Yeah, part 2 is definitely lengthier than part 1. I don't know the exact numbers, but I would guess part 2 to be about hour 10, maybe hour 15. I don't know, something like that. It's a big boy.
Enemies behind us.
So then the following video I'll be working on is just a single SCP on Earth. And that should be a pretty short video. I'm guessing like 20 minutes.
4, 3,
So that'll be nice. That'll be a nice break, especially for this week with Christmas and everything. It'll be nice to just do a 20-minute video. Because in addition to that,
on first blood.
Capture the objective.
in addition to SCP stuff, I will be releasing my 2-part mini-series covering the story of Final Fantasy VI. Part 1 is almost finished. All the recording and sort of video editing has been done. I just have to put in the music. And then I have to record. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy week, no matter what. But that's a big reason why I'm thankful it's a shorter SCP video. But I am excited to release the Final Fantasy VI stuff. Confident that some people will get a kick out of it. So that's all that.
Take more than that to get rid of me.
On this channel, we had Castlevania, Cataclysm, and Final Fantasy XIV. And let me tell you, Final Fantasy 14. I got some issues. Jeez. I am not far at all in that expansion. I mean, I have no more videos recorded. So the last video uploaded, that's what I have. So, I mean, initially the login issues were a problem. Then I got addicted to Paladins, so that was an issue. Very randomly. Then I was feeling under the weather, and I just didn't really want to record anything. And then until I forced myself to record without doing voices. Fuck!
Stop.
Savage. Don't give up.
Dang it!
Agreed.
Well, thanks, Chris.
In 15 seconds.
And then I had this tooth issue, and I was like, oh, I don't want to record now. And it's like, oh my god. Like, if I wasn't recording it, I'd probably be much farther in the expansion. But since I'm committed to recording it, it's just been very slow going. I don't want to just stop recording it and
Thanks for the pick. Enemies behind us.
got it.
Rampage.
But yeah, that's my biggest hurdle at the moment, because I mean Castlevania and Cataclysm, it's all recorded. So yeah, with I have no more videos of Final Fantasy recorded, but then like today I'm just working.
Try and run. I tell you, won't return. Enemies behind us. Enemies behind us.
Stop the payload.
So this week for this channel, it's still just gonna be a jumble. And hopefully there'll be
That wasn't part of my design.
Give them
it's gonna be a jumble, and hopefully I get some Final Fantasy recording. Thanks to me, you're also addicted to Paladins. Yeah, it's fun. If like, yeah, I mean, if you like Overwatch and have just never looked at Paladins before, you're probably gonna have some fun with it. I mean, it's not perfect. There's plenty of bugs and plenty of issues, but there is fun to be had. And I've been playing with some friends as well, gotten them into it, and there's just so many characters and stuff that chances you'll find something you like. Doing the same thing with Cyberpunk 2077, taking your time looking for everything.
Why do mortals have to be so difficult?
Group up. I should pick up.
Yeah, I mean,
15 seconds remaining. Enemy rampage.
just a little trickier when you
7,
actually have to record stuff and they're like trying to do voice acting in it and stuff. And
my face. You're like a dead mouse. Enemy double.
on the variety stream on Wednesday, we did
The world works in mysterious
we
ways.
did the Kingdom Death mini assembly, which was a bit disastrous, admittedly.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
But what's done is done. This Wednesday, I was looking at this game that just hit early access, Ready or Not, which, from all the reviews, seems to just be SWAT 5. So that could be something very interesting to check out.
Enemies behind us.
Fuck me! Man, I'm terrible.
On my way.
Rough night. Back with another one of those well-locking beats.
A blessing.
Last night we did some more Valheim.
My mistake.
Try and run. Quit. Enemy rampage.
It's insane how much damage that submachine gun does.
It will take more than that to get
Enemy
That
killing
wasn't
spree.
part of my design. A blessed match.
course.
A blessed match. I'm
fought.
always with you.
That was bad. Yeah, so I think next week we're moving on to Stardew Valley with some mods just for a few weeks, because we're both looking forward to the PC release of Monster Hunter Rise. So once that hits, we're going to be playing plenty of that on stream for at least a few weeks. That is coming out on January 12th. Right, so let me just take a gander. So we are planning on streaming on Christmas the 25th, then the 1st, then the 8th, and then it comes out on the 12th, so we should stream it on the 15th. So yeah, 3 weeks of Stardew Valley and then Monster Hunter Rise. And yeah, so I moved 2 of the LAN computer rooms upstairs into the 2 brothers' rooms. So now we both have decent PC rigs with 3070s. So that should help a lot, because the laptop that I had given him was sort of rough, especially because he was also hosting the OBS on his laptop. So now it's all good. That should be good. Yeah, I guess that's kind of about it. Not seen Spider-Man yet. I'm going on Tuesday, so can't really talk about that. Trying to think of anything else. Didn't even have a board game night this week. So just nothing. Alright. Then, well, that'll probably do us. So, a Money ROM Part 2 dropping tomorrow. Final Fantasy 6. The story of Final Fantasy 6 Parts 1 and 2 dropping later this week. I'm planning Part 1 to come out on Christmas Eve, Part 2 on Christmas Day. So that should be a lot of fun. Plenty of exploring content this week. A blessed Christmas indeed. On this channel, more Castlevania, more Cataclysm for sure. And I will try my very best to record some more Final Fantasy. Yeah, I will try my best. Alrighty, and then, yeah, variety stream, Two Brothers Play, all good stuff. So alrighty, that'll do us. Happy holidays, thanks for tuning in, all the good stuff. My name is Mangg, and I will see you fine folks next week.